It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, August 15th, 2018. It is 7 a.m., and we have more rain in the Twin Lakes area and the two-state area. And thank goodness for the rain. Maybe we'll get some of this drought situation taken care of in the two-state area, Missouri and Arkansas. So
there you go.
So how you doing? Where's that whoop whoop this morning?
Whoop, whoop.
There it is. There it is.
It's here. It's here. It's here. I'm here.
There you go.
I'm alive. I got to adjust the camera, so when you go into talking about Brewed Awakening, I'm going to stand up real quick and adjust one of the cameras.
Going to go get another adjustment. All right. Well, how you doing this morning first?
I'm doing really well. It's a beautiful morning, and we've got some well-needed rain, and it's just been kind of a
more
light.
On the way,
and I'm okay with that.
I am too.
We need it.
I am too. Little bit dry, but it's getting wetter.
It may actually make the grass grow a little bit, so.
Yeah, I need to get the tractor back out and do a little bit more mowing before I start crunching leaves. Anyway, welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis, my engineer director, and Ty Cotter from Care Center Ministries is going to be our guest here in just a few minutes. I want to welcome our visitors to the Twin Lakes area. I'm sure they're also wrapping up the Babe Ruth World Series that's in town.
Today's the last day, isn't it?
I think so.
I believe it is.
I think so.
I believe it is.
It normally runs right up to the first day of school, and so. You know,
I think last year it went that whole first week.
I think so, yeah. So if somebody sends me an email text or something, we'll find out. But I think today is the day for the wrapping up of the World Series. I want to welcome our visitors to the Twin Lakes area. I'm glad you're here. Hope you have a fun time. Sorry about the rain, but we really, really need the rain. It's really been dry in the northern part of the state and in the southern part of Missouri on up into the state of Missouri. So. Hope you have a great time here in North Central Arkansas, and welcome aboard. And so, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee right here. You getting all those cameras adjusted there, bud? We're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing as you heard in the introduction. 3 locations to serve you. We got Balmer Boulevard, which is the road that leads into our high school. We got Baxter Regional Medical Center's lobby, and they're always busy down there. Then you got Highway 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness, which is what I call the Walmart complex area. And so you've got 3 locations to pick up Brewed Awakening coffee, so check out any one of those 3 locations in Mountain Home. They're ready to serve you. Don't you know it's going to be busy?
Oh, yeah.
On Balmer Boulevard here in about 30 minutes.
All them high school kids that are stopping by the one over there by Balmer Boulevard, and then all the teachers going to be falling right behind them trying to play catch up. So.
Yep, they're going to be busy. Brewed Awakening coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. And so, appreciate Mike and his gang for helping us out with the coffee. Appreciate his sponsorship of the show. And of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas brings morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Across the state, Roller Funeral Homes, and the utmost in professionalism and just folks that'll bend over backwards to serve you and meet your needs in whatever way that you need for the service for your loved one when the need arises. Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Now let's pause for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, today is the day, first day of school. The 2018-2019 school year begins now. Lord, there's no reason to sugarcoat my thoughts. We know what's in the back of every parent's mind that sends a child to school. We don't want our child shot. It's so tragic that our concentration has to be keeping an evil person out of our schools and avoid killing students and teachers. So how did we get to this point? Do we blame an Earl Warren Supreme Court of the 1960s? We can get in court battles over the 10 Commandments, which is crazy. We actually have people in this country that don't want to obey them. Are we really that stupid? Lord, I pray you help us to examine ourselves, and that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas brings morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
There you go.
How's that? First day of school.
It is.
Need to throw out a reminder. School buses will be rolling. They're out on the roads right now at 7:04 according to this clock on the computer. And just a reminder that when the school buses stop, you see the amber flashing lights. It's just like the amber light on a stoplight.
Yep.
And when the sign comes out, when the red lights go to flashing, that is a mandatory stop.
Yep.
You could be going uphill out of town in front of Kent Chevrolet. The bus could be coming down the hill towards Kent Chevrolet. You have to stop
Either direction.
Either direction. Even the turn lane. All lanes have to stop. If you're on I was going south on College Street near Ponder Drug and Lewis Barnes Insurance one day.
Mm-hmm.
And a school bus was coming east from 5th, 6th, or 7th Street. The swing arm came out and the lights came on. Do you stop or not? I stopped.
Yeah, you have to.
I was on College Street going south. That bus was on, I'm going to say it was on 6th Street.
Oh, it wasn't on the same street.
Coming west. So in other words, this is the bus, this is me. But there were kids getting off and going around the swing arm and coming across. And I didn't know, are they going to cross College? The guy behind me wasn't too happy. Honk, honk, honk. Whoa, guy, you can honk all you want. I'm not going to move until that school bus. You know, you just got to be careful.
People are getting in a hurry these days. So
you know, just got to be careful. We don't want the kids hurt, you know. So be cautious out there. The school buses are on the road as we speak right now at 7:05, 7:06 this morning. So morning weather brought to you by Greg's Farm Services. Greg's Farm Services, of course, around the farm, around the home, on the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg's Farm Services in Gassville and Mountain Home. Check out Greg Farm Services plot mixes. You've got the grid right there. You can pull this up, gregsfarmservices.com. Take a look at that. If it holds water, it's on sale. 10 to 50% off stock tanks, water buckets, sprayers, bird baths, chick waters, garden hoses, pet bowls, sprinklers. You've also got the Radius E-Series suspension 62-inch deck. Model number, that's not model, that's price tag, $55.99. And you can get your spec sheet and details right here on it. It looks like a zero-turn mower. That's some small print. Looks like it's $55.99, $127 a month for that fine mower right there.
That's a good price.
Yeah, it is. And it's got this suspension on it.
There's my deer feeders I need.
You got to go get those. Tell you what, go pick up that wagon I need to pull behind the tractor, and you can put the deer feeders in that and deliver the wagon. No.
And the sling blade and the
swing blade and everything else. Check out the FlexRite garden hose, 50 foot for $19.99. 20 quart bucket was $19.99, now $9.99. Greg's Farm Services got a great prices on great products. They're on the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg's Farm Services in Mountain Home and Gassville. Right now we're showing 71 degrees in Mountain Home, 75 at Harrison with showers there. We got 75 at Hardy, 68 in Mountain View, Arkansas. 73 at Yellville, 68 at Marshall, 71 in Calico. Around the region, St. Louis is at 71, Poplar Bluff at 71, Branson at 72, West Plains at 72, but 55 in Watford City, North Dakota.
Which is about right.
Which is about right, yeah. And this popped up here on Weather Nation. This is the flood watch. You can see this is the Fort Smith area. Here's Jonesboro right here. The Branson area all the way up just south of I-44. It's just kind of hovering just south of I-44 from Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon, and Rolla. But it does encompass Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Russellville, almost to Conway. And it comes up just near the Twin Lakes area. We're on the fringe of it, Mountain Home, Salesville, Norfolk. So just be advised. The radar is starting to look like this. Let me refresh that. Starting to. It's been looking like this for a while. When I first hit the Little Rock stops, we'll see what's going on. From the Little Rock radar, this is the National Weather Service radar here. You got shower activity on I-40 west of Little Rock, basically from Russellville to Fort Smith, and I-49 affected from Fort Smith to Fayetteville. Pretty good line of showers there from Mena, Fort Smith, Fayetteville. They trail off up into the Branson, Missouri area, and you can see on this radar stop it's even picking up part of that in West Plains, Missouri. So Highway 62 east is in pretty good shape. Highway 63, 167, 67 around the Batesville, Jonesboro area. Pretty good shape right now. East of Mountain Home, the eastern half, we'll say, it's in pretty good shape for now. But overall, we're going to have some rain throughout the day. Interstate 40 east of Little Rock looks good. Interstate 30 west of Little Rock going to Texarkana in pretty good shape. Now Missouri, I'm going to hit that St. Louis stop there, Scooter, so we can see. This is the St. Louis, Missouri radar. You can see shower activity from West Plains to just north of Poplar Bluff, Cape Girardeau, all the way over into Mount Vernon, Illinois to Vandalia, affecting Interstate 70, 44, 55, 57, 64, and 70 in the metro area. And even I-24 coming in from Paducah, Kentucky has got some rain showers on it as well. A lot of rain in the St. Louis and the southeast Missouri area. We'll go to southwest Missouri now and we'll check the Springfield stop. You can see that line of showers affecting Arkansas. A little bit different pattern there, probably a little bit better radar right there. I-40 to Fort Smith, all the way over to Tulsa, Oklahoma, with that shower activity. North of Fayetteville, and then all the way into the northwest corner. Joplin, Springfield area, Lebanon, Rolla, picking up some much-needed rain there. Wish that rain would go north of I-70. Put this in contrast real quick. Let's see. Here's the Missouri Drought Monitor, and you can see the Missouri River right in here. Southwest Missouri right in here. This would be Jasper County. This here is Lawrence County. And Berry County right here, the extreme dry. The very dry spot here is a D4, Caldwell County, Missouri, north of Missouri River. And so this will be updated probably tomorrow by noon, and hopefully this red area won't be as prevalent as we're seeing now. If these rains.
A favor, jump back to the national radar.
National radar, okay.
Because by the time it got put up there, we didn't.
Okay.
It really didn't show the whole picture of where the storms are going and stuff, so I just kind of wanted to.
National radar showing showers in around Arizona. We've got showers in New Mexico, at the Texas border, the Oklahoma panhandle. Showers moving from Oklahoma to Arkansas, into Missouri. Like we said, it's the southern half of Missouri getting some pretty good rain. I just wish it'd go north of the I-70 there to help those folks out a little bit.
Yeah, they're hurting up there.
Yeah, they are. Really bad. Anyway.
What's the forecast showing? Rain.
Yeah, rain. We'll hit it real quick. I think everybody's seen pretty much. You can see the box right there from the National Weather Services. Green area indicates the flood watches and warnings. And so you get the updates on your phone. You get them through Baxter County. You get them through the TV stations in the area. And so for today, we have a flood watch now until 1 a.m. on Thursday. So that's all day today and bedtime tonight. So we got 70% chance of showers and storms today, 50% chance tonight. Thursday, partly sunny, high of 87, 20% chance of showers, and then comes back. 50% chance on Thursday night, Friday night, Friday during the day, 70% chance. And just kind of between, might as well say 50 to 70% chance of showers all the way through Saturday.
You want to let Bob know that he will be doing no mowing this week?
I bet he figures that one out. What do you bet?
He's not going to be happy.
He's not going to be happy. Oh, well. And so, community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. We have St. Andrews of Mountain Home on Friday. $15 per person. Wonderful hors d'oeuvres, the perfect pairing to benefit Kindness Incorporated. Kindness Incorporated is a service that helps our elderly get around town when they don't have any family and they need to go to doctor's appointments, perhaps some shopping or whatever it may be. Kindness Incorporated provides that transportation. This is a fundraiser for them. And so $15 per person from 5 to 7 p.m. at St. Andrews. I believe that's St. Andrews Episcopal, right over here on Coley or Arkansas? Coley
Drive.
Coley at 201, yeah. And so coming out and have a fine evening there.
Bomber Fest this Friday. Yep. Bomber Fest coming up. Of course, starting of the school year. They've got the football season started. Their big Bomber Fest is this Friday, so encourage everybody to come out.
And a lot of fun. Kindness Incorporated. Now, this is one of the things we got to plan ahead. Their annual Golden Gala on November 10th. Yes, November 10th from 6 to 10 p.m. The gala sponsors $2,500. Gold sponsor for $1,200. Silver sponsor $750. Bronze sponsor $250. Table decoration sponsor for $150. Now that school's starting, we're going to start getting a lot more community calendars, a lot more activities for families and kids and everything else.
We've got a that 5K
Yep.
OFA, Ozark Football Association, is doing a fundraiser this Saturday. They're doing a 5K walk and run over at Cooper Park. The run actually starts at 9:30, and they'll be doing registration at 9. And they've got also a 1-mile obstacle course for the kids where they put on by the fire departments, the police departments, first responders. Give the kids a chance to live a little in their shoes type of thing. And they got bounce houses, food galore. It'll be a big ordeal. You guys do not want to miss it this Saturday at Cooper Park.
It'll be fun.
It'll be a good time.
Well, I got just a little bit of time to do a little poking here.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I hope Tobias Pugsley and Bob Rectorwald are watching.
Hey, don't make me put this back on the screen.
Do you know?
I know where you're going with this.
Do you know what I found? This is the standings. Sunday, August 28th, 2011. Okay, so which would be basically 2 weeks from yesterday will be almost 7 years. So look at this. National League Central St. Louis was 10.5 games back. On the 28th, they were 10.5 games out.
But you're talking about how many years ago?
7. Now look at this.
Okay.
And they came back and won it all. I mean, you know, they won it all. Now, looky right here. Looky here.
But where are they right now? Where are they? I'll bring the standings up, but where are they right now?
As of the 15th, we now won 7 in a row. We're 4 games out of first place. Keep in mind, 2 weeks later in the season, we were 10.5 games out and won the World Series. Right now, we're 4 games out. We've won 7. We even beat Washington, who's now playing .500 ball. We're better than Washington. We're at a .542 percentage rate. We're 65 and 55. So, Cubbies, we're chasing that tail of yours.
I'm supposed to slap you out of the past.
I love it when I can talk like this and Bob Rectorvall can't say anything.
Oh, no, he's texting me. He's the one wanting me to slap you. But, yeah, I mean, you can always bring up the past, you know, what ifs.
What if history repeats itself? Can you imagine they'll be in 10.5 games out on the 28th of August and coming back and winning the World Series? Because, in fact, we had predicted that year. I had predicted to be Philadelphia and Detroit in the World Series. I really did, because both teams were extremely hot. Both teams were doing a really good job. And it turned out to be St. Louis and Texas Rangers. But anyway, had to get my little jab in there. We need to take a break. Ty Cotter, our guest today from Cotter Ministries. We'll be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
$7:19 on this Wednesday, August 15th. Ty Cotter's here from Cotter Ministries. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys too. Always good to come in and chew on some of this coffee with y'all. So
I told you, I'm telling you. Cut me off another slice of coffee.
Yeah.
So what's going on? You got all kinds of things going on.
Well, yes, normally always something going on, and probably the thing coming up next is our overdose awareness. We're going to do a little KTLO is going to have a live remote in the parking lot next to the office. And so we have Let's see, we have several different people coming to speak and let us know about, educate us in overdose awareness. We got somebody from Mountain Home, someone from Harrison, someone from Little Rock, and it's just education programs that they'll be talking about, and just really increasing awareness on overdose and what all that looks like. We have a lot of tables, a lot of people that are going to be there just to represent their different ministries in the community. So we'll have like Gamma House will be there with a table, Serenity House, Celebrate Recovery, First Step, Prevention 2 Provider, Informed Choices will be there, Overcomers, and the Call of
wow.
And so we have a load of people going to be there. And so if you want information,
where's it at?
it's in the parking lot at the office, and so right in the middle of town.
Really?
Yeah, across from the I guess Integrity First, their
right.
ATM parking lot right across the street. And so we have quite a few. Actually, the Attorney General Leslie Rutledge, her assistant, that's in charge of all the educational programs, she's going to be the one to come speak. Her name's Christina Carnes.
Yep.
And so she'll be there to speak. And then Cindy DeWitt from Region 2 Prevention Provider will be there to speak as well. So it'll be a pretty big deal. We're going to do like a live remote with KTLO and the Treasure Chest, and so it'll be a pretty neat deal.
Well, what's
we'll
the
grill
date
some
on
hot
that? I didn't
dogs.
hear the date.
The date is, thank you. When is the date? August. Well, what's today?
15.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I think it's tomorrow. What is today? Today is Wednesday.
The 15th.
Yeah. So it's tomorrow.
It's
Wow.
it's the coffee time. It's
tomorrow,
not you.
man.
It's that coffee.
Yeah, I just went into another time zone.
So they're doing all that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let me see your brochure.
I'm sitting here going, wait a minute. This is pretty serious. That's actually, so yeah, this is all happening tomorrow. And so just come see us. It's on the,
It snuck up on us.
yeah, it snuck right up on us.
Then you got this women's conference coming.
Yeah,
in.
the women's
And
conference.
this is September 29th.
Yeah, September 29th. We want to make sure we're putting in plugs for that. It's going to be a big deal. We have many people coming to speak from their area of expertise, if you will, to share with, it's more so, letting the right hand know what the left hand's doing and finding out if we can assist one another, if you will. And so we have different ministries in our community that help, support and alleviate different issues we have in our community. So we all wanted to, so the women in the community are getting together and really to educate one another, help equip one another for everything that they're doing, and just kind of get some stuff out there. We have, again, Informed Choices Women's Center will be there, and they're actually going to speak. They'll have a speaking time. Obviously, Care Center will have a little speaking going on as well about life controlling issues. And then you have the Call of Marion County will be there, and they'll talk about, the foster care for crisis that's going on right now. We'll have the jail ministry, so we have a lady from her jail ministry coming to speak about what all's going on over there. A really neat one that's not really talked about, but everybody knows it's a big deal, is the human trafficking.
Yep.
And so we have On Time Ministries that has dealt with this for a long time. They'll be there to represent their ministry in human trafficking and speak more about that. And one thing that was real challenging for us, and maybe for those that are watching, someone can let us know or inform us, but with our statistics that we found, the national statistic from last year, Baxter County being #1 out of 75 counties for suicide. And so, I mean, that's a huge number out of 75 counties. You're up against Washington County. You have Pulaski County, and so you have all these different big counties, and per people, we are #1. We were #3 just a couple of years ago, and now we're #1. And so we were like, well, if we're going to have a women's conference, we need to find out who deals with suicide in Baxter County and get them at this event so that we can help increase awareness and maybe assist them or however we can do that. And we have not yet found a ministry specific to suicide in Baxter County. And so we know that, all these places will help alleviate that, through their different ministries, but no one specific to suicide, which was shocking to us. And we pray that through this Enlightenment Women's Conference, that it kind of opens up everybody's hearts and eyes to, hey, who's going to raise their hands and stand up and be specific to suicide prevention. And so we hope that that person, you know, stands up and you know, wants to make a difference. Or we hope that anybody, if you know of a place that we have not yet found, please call our office and let us know. So far we've not found that place, and we've done a lot of research. And so,
you know, there's a lot of hotlines, so to speak. I kind of just like, yeah, you know, if you know of someone contemplating suicide, call 1-800-STOP-NOW or something like that. There's got to be something in their mind, and of course we're still working on the addiction, bullying, and suicide film.
Yeah.
That we're going to be. The target date now is the day after Thanksgiving. We try to make sure every T is crossed, every I is dotted, and some folks were asking about it, and I said, I didn't realize when we started that project, you were part of the talking about the addictions on that program. And then we had, like, First Step was here. Jamie came in and did a bit on the addictions part. But then on the suicide part, there's nothing so final as that suicide.
Yeah.
You know, now you were talking about, we can talk about drug addictions and even an overdose. Somebody can come back from an overdose. You know, hopefully, prayerfully, they'll survive an overdose and hopefully it won't happen again.
Yeah. Suicide's
permanent.
Yeah.
And
when
so,
it's over, it's over.
And sometimes it's spur of the moment. I mean, it's just, and Ty, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I mean, how do you reach the folks? And how do you even read what they're thinking to know that they could be vulnerable to a suicide?
Oh, you just asked some hard questions. And they are hard
it's all
questions
not knowing.
Because you don't know, and if someone doesn't speak up, you know, it's hard to tell what somebody's thinking. And a lot of times we could put on the smile and act like everything's okay and go about our regular day, but on the inside just be in complete turmoil and twisted up and not knowing, you know, how to even respond to life, but being able to manage that day-to-day life and still, you know, wore out on the inside. So, I mean, anybody that's listening, I mean, if it's a thought that crosses your mind, if it's something that bothers you from from time to time, if you struggle with the thought or struggle with the idea of what it would look like, if you don't speak up, I mean, no one knows what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And so some people may just look depressed, but all the while for months or years have been contemplating suicide. And so you never know. And like I say, some may not even look depressed. And this is a wide variety of things. Goes from loneliness all the way to severe drug addiction or guilt. And so you have so many different areas to where someone can be quickly affected. Just guilt alone, you know, would push somebody to say, forget it, I can't deal with this no more. Or just simply loneliness. I noticed doing the research, it was 18 and under and 65 and over were the two redlined ages for this suicide. And so at the 65 and over, it was depression, loneliness, and it was not having anybody. And no one knows that. You know, if your family members
pass. Well, you know, there's even a TV commercial where there's an elderly gentleman. He's got the, he's trying to get all the kids home for Christmas. Oh, Dad, we just can't make it this year. I'm sorry, can't make it this year. So then he announces his death, and all the kids come home. We'll drive thousands of miles to come look at the dead person in the casket. But yet we don't drive 300 miles to visit somebody that's alive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a sad deal.
Yeah.
It's a sad deal. We've seen, I had a family member just a few years ago. It's my dad's half brother. I call him uncle. Obviously he is. And, you know, but he had, you know, he had a nice looking house. He had a beautiful family, you know, wife, kids, a good job. And we knew that he struggled with alcoholism, but we didn't realize how bad it was. We didn't realize how bad he was struggling on the inside. And he had shot himself in the basement one night, just out of nowhere, and no one knew it was coming. No one knew why. He didn't leave a note. He didn't, you know. So it was just like, you know, everybody got the news and was like, "Are you kidding me?" We didn't even know that there was an issue. And so, like I said, if you don't speak up, how are you supposed to get help if no one knows what you need help with? And so it's just a very devastating deal, and it reminds me of drug addiction as it starts and begins to grow and grow and grow and grow, and then it gets so far out of control it's almost like you can't stop. And so the same way with suicide, you have a thought, and then you have another thought, and then you have more thoughts, and then your thoughts get real serious and more serious, and you get deeper into it, details, and then before you know it, 3, 4, 5 years or 3, 4, 5 months, you've thought about it so strong that you've got it all planned out, and the moment you get that option, you're running for it because your wheels are already in motion and the thoughts have become so strong. And so, I mean, those are the kind of things we need to be aware of. Those are the kind of things we need to talk about our family members. What a great conversation it is. Hey, just to ask your children, have you ever thought about this? Is this something that's ever crossed your mind? Yeah. Well, Dad, maybe, well, what do you mean maybe? Let's talk about that. Why would you think about something like that? So, it's just like, sex with your kids. Ask them a question. Talk to them. If you don't talk to your kids, you're never going to know what they're up to. Oh, yeah. And I want to say this, too, if I got these numbers right, last year from 11 to 13 was 11 to 13. I'm going to say that twice because it's so crazy to me. From 11 to 13 last year, leading cause of death was suicide. And that's nationwide, not just specific to a county or state, but from 11 to 13. What in the world, man, is going on with the kids these days? So, and I say, to any parent that has a child coming into their teens or preteen, have you just sat down and asked them about a few things? Are you interested in drugs? Do your friends do drugs? Have you ever thought about suicide? What about sex? We don't even have conversations with our kids no more about this stuff. It seems like it's a fleeting thing that we just let our kids kind of let whatever happen. I think we all need to take time and just say, hey, man, I need to have a conversation with my children because we really need to know where they're at. Something we suffer from the most in this country is fatherlessness. Mm-hmm. And so, if we can't, and being a dad is not providing a roof and some food. That's a male in the house, a male. And you're born a male, but a father is a choice that you make. Mm-hmm. Big difference in fathering a child and providing for a child.
Well, there's even a cell phone commercial out there on TV now where they've got everybody wrapped up in this old cowboy rope, and they're talking about how dad didn't get the right plan, and the daughter says, yeah, Dad, great plan, Dad. It's always a degrading factor. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
And sometimes the dad's not, you've got mom and the kids sitting down for dinner and there's no dad present. It's almost like we don't want dad in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's surrounded all that. Even I remember big cities going in there, had a guy doing Care Center Birmingham, and had a good friend that worked in the school systems. And man, he told me it's like a common thing, and I'm not saying that it's like this in our schools in Mountain Home. It's much different than the big city of Birmingham, but I still know there's a level of it there just from the way I grew up. But this common thing was when a girl was in her teens and she was, in rebellion against her mother, that common phrase was, I can't wait to have a baby so that I can move out. And so that, that was that common thing was, as long as I can have a child and I'm not married, I got a free place to stay, I got free Wi-Fi, I got a free cell phone, and I got food stamps. And I don't have to listen to my mother, and I can do my own stuff. And so to me, it's promoting fatherlessness, because you're saying as long as you don't get married, you can have all this. But the moment you get married, you're going to have to figure it out on your own. So most, they take the easy route, the path of least resistance, instead of having to fight and really earn what it is that you're providing for yourself, your children, and being a mother. It's that route. And so you see a lot of that with that fatherlessness is, well, and even I know in our community, you have the same thing. I just know that I know that we have apartments, and I'm not saying the assistance isn't good. I'm not saying we shouldn't have some assistance for mothers that are, I'm not at all saying that. I'm all for that. I believe everybody needs a leg up from time to time, and it's a great thing. But it gets abused to the fact of we just won't stay married. I won't report that you're living here, and the kids will really never know if they have a father or not, because you'll be in and out, and we'll never make a commitment to one another, let alone raise the children. together. And so anyway, father's out of the house.
Yep.
All day long.
Need to take a break.
Yeah.
Visiting with Cotter Care Center Ministries. Be right back.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
7:38, visiting with Cotter Care Center Ministries, and let's pick up where we left off. You know, we're talking about trying to head off the suicide. I'm gonna pick on my line of church. I'm Southern Baptist, and for years we heard about Home Mission Board, Foreign Mission Board, and this board and that board. You know, and we'll spend thousands of dollars to go to foreign countries. We'll spend 24 hours in the airport going, 24 hours coming home. We'll spend 4 or 5 days on the ground in Kenya or Nicaragua or Honduras or somewhere. And it's good that we go to help, but right here in our own backyard, Ty.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that there's somebody today contemplating suicide. Could they go up to any church in the community? I'm not talking religion here. I'm talking the church. People that have sources to help. And a lot of times the doors are going to be locked.
Yeah, till Sunday or Wednesday. Yeah.
Till Sunday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So how do we, you know, and like I say, I'm picking on Southern Baptist churches. You know, if we've got the resources, why aren't we there? Why don't we have a 24/7 somebody somewhere? And I want to say another hotline, but a lot of times it's face to face.
Yeah. I think obviously there's way more of an impact when you meet somebody face to face, and I think that as we continue to increase awareness about these issues in our community, I pray that, you know, again, that we start taking action as a church and as a community in helping to alleviate this or provide a way out, you know, as whether that is a local hotline, if you will, a local 24-hour line to where you can set up a meeting face-to-face with someone right here in your community that can speak to you about, you know, the problems that you may have. And so I think being able to meet somebody local, you know, it's tangible, someone you can communicate with at a real level. And I'm not saying hotlines are not good. If there's a 1-800 suicide number out there that you know of, and you know somebody's struggling, call the number. You know, absolutely. And I just really believe we need to step our game up in our community as it comes to suicide. If suicide is our main issue out of everything else, which I believe it's obvious through all the research in the last however many years, that suicide is our problem, is one of our biggest problems. And with that being said, it should be one of our biggest ministries and our biggest area of influence here in our community should be on suicide. And so, you know, again, like we say, we're just trying to increase the awareness, and that's why it's an Enlightened Women's Conference, so that we can educate one another, help equip one another, empower one another. It's really shedding light is part of the theme, is shedding light, making a stand, and taking back. And so that's the theme. It's a real-life church, too, September 29th. And so it's an easy, accessible building, big, nice. We thank Pastor Vince and the church for allowing us to hold this event there. And you know, it's an all-day deals from 9 to 4. You're going to get packed in with information, but I mean, it's $30 a ticket, but you get a T-shirt, you get lunch, and you get, you know, some education and some women around there that are really on fire to do something in the community, and women that are already doing things in the community. So for anybody out there that's like, hey, you know, can I do something in the community? Is there a place for me? Is there a place where I can fit and serve, or fit and get in and help? You want to go to this conference so you can find out if that's you. Hey, if there's something burning on your heart to where you can help somewhere, I would say go to this place. If you're watching and thinking, man, I want to make a difference, show up to the women's conference and find out how you can make a difference, or find out how you can partner with somebody who already is making a difference. And that's what it's all about.
I pulled this up. This is Lauren Daigle, one of the 26, 27-year-old Christian singer. Can you pick the audio and video up off of my computer if I hit that? You can't.
No, I don't have it looped in that way.
It'd be nice if you could.
I hear you. No, but I'm trying to bring it up and put it on there.
Yes, if I think this is the lyric video. And I want folks to see if we can at all. Well, you want to go to break and then try to pull that up?
I can, yeah.
Let's try that. Okay. So, visitor Ty Cotter, I want people to see this from Lauren Daigle. So, we'll be right back. Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Neema's Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza. Do you ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right product.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
If you want
Coming up on 746, visiting with Cotter Care Center Ministries, and we're pulling something off here. I don't know if it's even going to work. It's kind of spur of the moment, so I owe Scooter a big favor. But anyway, Lauren Daigle is a 26, 27-year-old Christian singer out of Lafayette, Indiana. And I ran across this video last night. She just had the lyric video to You Say. And if we can play that, I want people to read the words. It goes right along with what Ty was saying, Pastor Ty was saying right here. So I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to try this. So, Scooter? Well, we attempted that. Had the monitor up.
I don't think we had any volume on that.
Audio
I'm
loop
sorry.
on there.
I don't know what was going on with that. I had the audio on, but wasn't getting.
We tried. Anyway, it's a new song called. We got it. Thank you for trying. It's a new song called You Say, and it talks about the voices in your mind that says you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not loved, you're not needed, you're not, and it's a negative. And it's just how this song deals with the issues you're talking about here, Ty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with, with value, with who you are. Yeah. Just knowing, just knowing your value, knowing your worth. And everybody's worth something, or God wouldn't have created us. And so there's always some type of value or some type of purpose that we all have. And I think a lot of times when we lack that purpose, we lack that value, we see ourselves insignificant. And so that in itself is a big deal when it comes to even living here on earth. And so the same way with the stuff that you do wrong that continues to hold you down.
Well, earlier in the show you talked about 11 to 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in your intermediate to even 13. Even though 13 is a teenager, you're still kind of a preteen. You're just making that transition from intermediate to teenager. So vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
really.
bullying, that we're dealing with in the TV special that we're still working on, words hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And when not only do words hurt, but when you have a society of kids growing up, or a generation of children that are, hey, if it's too bad, just go ahead and,
Yeah.
If it's too bad for you, take your own life, or they talk about, suicide's not something that, back in the day, years ago, from what I understand, I mean, suicide was this undercover deal. I mean, it didn't, you know, it wasn't the norm, or it wasn't something that was big issues in communities. I know any suicide is a big issue, but it wasn't at the rate that it is today, and that's all across America, not just here in Baxter County. I know it's bad here, but I know all across America it's like, hey, you know what, if you want to quit living and you feel like life is too much, then here's the easy route. And so many people do it. It's like, well, you know, I know so-and-so, they did it because it was tough, or I know so-and-so, they did it too because it was too tough. And so it's like that easy way out, and not having somebody to say, hey, you know, here I am. You know, if you need
I got to ask you
to.
this, Ty. I got to ask you this. You've got a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl, and she's thinking, well, I'm going to show them, you know, not realizing that that action is permanent. Death is permanent. It's over.
Yeah, I think that's...
And you're not coming back.
That's that education side. You know, I believe strongly that, like I said, all of our youth and growing up, if 11 and 13 is the hot zone, if you will, for you know, leading cause of death, and then if it's suicide for those age groups, I think, again, we need to start, and it starts in our own homes. You know, we pray that it grows into school systems and all that. I'm not sure. I've never really researched or studied what all the schools do for suicide prevention or education, and so I'm sure they do something. And so hopefully we can increase that education to where kids know that, you know, once you pull the trigger and once you know, jump off that chair, that's that. You don't get a I'm sorry I messed up, let me go back and change this, or, you know, maybe my life wasn't really that bad, let me just try something else.
Okay, so when we just tried this with the Lauren Daigle, okay, Scott has his button over here. He can just I can come up right here and hit refresh.
Yeah. You can't refresh that.
We can't refresh this,
No,
you know. I
could
just refresh my screen right here. Scooter, I mean, you know, we're in a copy, paste, delete, refresh type of society. How much of this could be directed to...
I mean, yeah, you're right. We're in that microwave society. I mean, it's everything is instant gratification.
So when I was talking with the Elliott family in Flippin, Arkansas, with their pastor Aaron Rodgers, you know, how much of this stuff was Carlene picking up on the internet? You know, being bullied on the internet. You know, got it at school.
Yeah.
Got it on the internet, you know, and so these words hurt.
Yeah.
You know. You know, and I actually a couple years ago somebody had posted, and this is the mentality sometimes of what goes on the internet. Somebody had posted after the Super Bowl one year that, is it football season now? I said, heck no, it's time for baseball, boys. It's time for 162 games ago. There was a guy in Dallas, Texas that said, I had to come up there and stab you in the neck. I said, over what? He said, because you like baseball better than football. Is this a threat? He said, it sure is.
There you have it.
I said, so you're threatening attempted murder on me because I like baseball better than football. And I'll watch football. You know, Bob Rechtenwald's here every Monday, and me and him and Scooter, everybody work together. We'd be down at the Bomber Stadium, you know, 3, 4, 5 nights a week sometime, you know.
Yeah.
But if that had happened to a 13, 14-year-old girl, what would happen? They'd be scared to death.
Yeah. Yeah, they would. I think.
And this guy in Dallas, Texas, he ran a Christian workout exercise place. Yeah, a physical fitness. Yeah, a gym. Yeah, physical fitness center. I thought, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, when you said, what was that old saying we always heard, like, growing up, was that sticks and stones?
Oh, yeah.
May break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, such a lie. You know, so untrue. And because words do hurt, you know, and I was thinking not long ago, I thought, you know, and I'm not saying that you should do this, I'm just figuratively speaking, I can get over a black eye a lot quicker than I can some really harmful words.
Yeah.
Because those words are going to stick with me. My black eye is going to heal up in about a week and a half, 2.5 weeks. And so, you know, I can get over that deal. So to me, I'm like, nah, you know what? They actually do. They cut really deep and they sit there a while. And
Some words
depending
will
on
sit there
how
and burn.
close that person is to you when they say it,
Yeah.
you know, if it's someone you crossing on the street, it's a little easier to brush a word off. If it's someone you go to school with, that might not be as hard to brush off because you see them every day. If it's someone you work with, that's a little bit deeper, you know, and the closer you get, if it's a distant family member, it hurts. And if it's a close family member, man, it hurts worse. If it's your own children or your wife or your husband, it is really harmful.
For
and so
adults,
words
though,
do
we
hurt.
have-
It's not something to play around
We can
with.
be thicker skinned than the kids. So you take your 11 to 13
Right.
year olds. You got a little boy out there, dreams to be a big football star someday.
Yeah.
That's great. But, you know, right now he may not be able to throw the football from here to the other side of the cameras.
Yeah.
You know, and that may be, oh, I wish I could, you know.
Yeah.
As he tries and his coaches develop, he may be 11 and 12 and 13 years old, but he's not 20, 21, 22. Are we trying to make the kids grow up too fast?
Yeah.
Or the girls that idolize some of these girls in the magazines, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's still a factor. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure
I
it is.
believe when you're talking about the suicide and getting awareness out, the awareness needs to be to everybody, because here's the part: a lot of these people are segregating themselves, and
Really?
it's so easy these days to do that, to separate yourself to everything that's going on with the media
So
and
if a
everything
person's
on
an
your
isolationist,
phone.
they're just
and-
backing up everything and not being social.
And I think you see that a lot. I mean, and I think that's one of the big differences today, where we couldn't walk away from that when we were younger, because we didn't have the cell phones and the multimedia,
Yeah,
you know, all these
you hit
different
on something
facets.
good, yeah.
You know, where you know you need to be involved in your kids' lives. Don't
Yeah.
let them
Yeah.
just sit on their phone doing their
Stay
own
in their
stuff
room on the
yeah.
phone all week
'Cause,
long.
You know, bullying's been around since I was younger. I mean, everybody's dealt with their
Well,
own
everybody dealt
facet
with that.
of this.
We had
so
it
you can't
back at schools in Illinois.
So, you know, you got to look at what's different between then and today.
Yeah.
And you can't say that everybody's become more sensitive, and I think that is possibly a part of it, but I think people can isolate themselves.
Yeah.
And that's when things start to fester and things start to get worse. Is when your own mind is your worst enemy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
Well, and that's why I was hoping to bring that song up, because she says the words in my mind say I'm not enough.
Yeah.
And if you
Or
have
say I'm not good enough.
If you're in an antisocial society or household, you know, when I say antisocial, I know we're always on social media, but you know, being social with those that you love, you know, face to face, and being around people. And so, like you said, isolation is probably the scariest place to be when you have a thought of suicide. And that's not talking to somebody, not socializing with actual people. And so, like you said, I mean, I think you hit that on a real heavy note. Is you have to have some face-to-face time. I mean, you'll never know what's going on in someone's life. You send them a text, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. But when you sit down with them and you look them in the face, you say, hey, how you doing? And they say, I'm fine. You could say, are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I see something different than what you're saying. And
And
so
some
we got to
people
be
don't wanna
like
be
that with
intrusive.
our kids. Oh, man.
You
And-
and I could sit and have a conversation, and I could say, Ty, what is going on?
Yeah.
I can just tell by the way you're talking away, but we can get on Facebook, and your life is great.
Man, I
And
can post you a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can hide behind whatever filter you want to hide
Yeah.
behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's, I think, one of the big differences today. I think that interaction, when you lose that face-to-face interaction, which is all we had when we were younger,
Yeah.
and you start losing that, now people get to be trapped in their own thoughts. Nobody gets to know what's going on, and it just builds.
And you know, it's a lot. I want to correlate this with. It's a lot like being offended. You know, if you're offended at somebody and you don't say nothing, every time you see that person, you get more offended.
Yeah.
You know, and it
the
just
anger
boils
and the
up.
grudge.
And
Yeah.
you know, so day 1, day 2, day 3, and 2 weeks later, you are so mad inside of your head. And so it's the same way. You never said nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, funny, you say one thing about being offended right up front to somebody, and 9 times out of 10, that offense can be squashed. Just
Well,
like thought of
if
suicide.
we took that, remember the TV show Happy Days? Stick it in your ear. You know, sometimes that just stick it in your ear, move on, you know. Sometimes I think, you know, and in the media, I think, and we're running out of time here, got about 40 seconds. Seems like people now have their feelings in a 25-foot radius of themselves. You know, oh, you can't step on this boundary, you're going to offend me. Yeah, I think we're looking to be offended sometimes. Your final thoughts, Ty, you got about 30 seconds.
Just please, if for anybody's listening, I mean, realize that suicide is huge in our community.
And it's real.
And it's real. It's taking lives, especially our youth and even our elderly. And so don't waste any time. Let people know that it's an issue. Let's see if we can find some help.
With that, we'll wrap it up. Thanks, Cotter, for being here, and for Scooter for trying to get that video on
Thank
for
you,
me.
guys.
We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.